This week, Anna Val has the story of an extraordinary encounter in the southwest countryside.
Malcolm Huxtable's family have been dairy farmers in Devon for generations. He used to export his jerseys all over the world, but now they're only good for slaughter. The reason, repeated infection by the disease bovine TB. For Malcolm, it's hugely distressing.
The cows are part of our family. When you load up your best animals to go to slaughter in the prime of life, how long are we expecting to do this?
Malcolm goes through the stress of these tests every 2 months. But today, the tension's ramped up a notch because a visitor is heading his way. Someone who happens to be one of the most well-known people on the planet.
About a month ago, I had a dream. And it was that I should meet Brian May.
Brian May, guitarist with the rock group Queen and a vocal opponent of culling badgers.
I think the cull should definitely be abandoned, whether or not badgers are the cause of the problem, which is, I mean, it kind of makes me smile because it's pretty bloody obvious that they're not. But even if you thought they were, the evidence is conclusive pretty much that killing badgers doesn't help. It probably makes matters worse.
But many farmers, including Malcolm, believe culling helps control the spread of the disease.
I think there is no doubt that wildlife plays quite a major part in the total spread of TB in this UK.
Today, Brian and a fellow campaigner are meeting Malcolm to see if they can find any common ground.
Today, we're reading the test. We did the test on Monday with the 2 injections. Each cow was clipped twice, injected, and the vet will read the result this morning.
We've been praying for you, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Yeah, damn right.
It's just one of these days, but it's every 60 days. So we'll just see what happens. But, thank you for coming, and I hope that
I hope we can help in some way, but we're here to learn.
Yeah. 4, 3, 1, Mark.
Yes.
Yeah, go on, Mark.
Yes, that's it, and yes.
Good.
This is the first time Brian has been on a farm during a TB test.
So we measure again. I can feel. So each one, I'm checking and actually feeling for a lump. And so I know.
The vet's checking to see if any of the animals have reacted to the injection. If a sizable lump has formed, it means the animal will be slaughtered.
This one is inconclusive, so she will be tested again. If she's inconclusive twice, she will then go.
Okay.
But,
582.
It's not long before Malcolm hears the news he's been dreading.
She is a reactor. So, unfortunately, the next step to that is that we tag that. So a DNA tag goes into the ear, so that tag then identifies that cow, basically, as a reactor.
So tell us what'll happen to her now. What happens? I'm so sorry. So sorry.
It's one of Malcolm's most valuable cows.
Can I touch her?
yeah, she's quite a lot.
Can I just
Yeah, do. There you go, that's fine.
Okay.
There you go. All right? Yep. She will just jump a little bit with this guy. All right, sweetheart.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Got you.
Yeah, I'm just going to 5, 10.
Right, if you can all move back, please, so as we can... She is such a wonderful cow that I can lead her anywhere. She's been shown. She's won prizes.
That's the problem for us, obviously, is you just feel like you are the judge, the jury, and the executioner, really. But again, with regard to the disease control in the cattle side, you know, we've got a role to play. We've got to do what we can.
This is agony. This is so depressing. This is agony for the farmer, and it's agony for the whole country. It's agony for the animals. My overriding feeling is farmers deserve better.
The debate over how to control bovine TB has been going on for decades. Infected badgers are thought to pass TB to cattle through saliva, urine or faeces. The government says the evidence shows badgers infect cattle with the disease. It's planning to roll out culling to a wider area. That's controversial because the jury is out scientifically on whether it will work. But for Malcolm, the sight of badger setts on his land is proof enough that they could be a source of infection. For Brian, there's a simple answer to all this: vaccinating cattle against the disease. He believes the cull is cruel, expensive and a waste of time.
It's not having the desired effect. So in my view, the cull is an enormous red herring and taking attention away from the things which we should be looking at. And in my opinion, number one is vaccinating cattle. And I would love to see us go to Brussels, sort it all out, as I believe the will is there in Brussels. We went ourselves, and start this ball rolling. It should have started 6 years ago, at least. It's doable. In my opinion, that's the only thing which can end this madness. Badger cull is a
We
waste
don't
of
want to
time.
kill anything, but we're in a situation which I think you fully appreciate, Brian, today. You've seen what happens when you lose a good animal. We're in
But
this
wouldn't you like
position.
a solution, Malcolm, rather than something which is just going on doing the same thing? Surely you want a new approach, don't you?
Yes,
Surely you do.
definitely. I want a new approach.
And you think the new approach is killing badgers, which
No,
we've
I
been doing
don't.
for 30 years?
I
It
don't.
ain't gonna work.
I don't think that killing badgers is the final answer by any means. But if they will not give us any other option, you put yourself in our position.
Well, I'm saying
and
they should give you another option. I'm
Well,
saying
no.
they should be working out how to protect your herd against any infection.
Thank you very much, Brian. That is what we need, desperately need.
Well, I'm with you,
But
as you know.
Looks like they're seeing eye to eye at last.
I hope at the end of this you don't regard us as the enemy, because I hope you realise we're taking the time and trouble because we do care.
I think we were hoping at the end of today we could actually be starting to come together and try and push in one direction rather than butting heads is doing no good at all.
Absolutely.
Work is underway to develop a vaccine, but the government says it's still 10 years away and field trials have not started yet. Brian believes the process is stalled because of the costs involved. So has today brought the two sides closer together?
I think it was worth it. Some people will probably say we were foolish, but if we can't meet anybody and talk about our problems, we're not going to get over our problems.
The press are very good at portraying me as someone who doesn't care about cows, you know, and only cares about badgers. You know, I'm the bugger of the badger huggers, you know, and it's destructive, really. In the same way, they'll portray farmers to us as unfeeling. You know, none of it's true. When we actually sit down and talk, we realise that basically we do have the same aims in mind. Of course we do. We want healthy farm animals. We want healthy wildlife. We have some differences in opinion as to how that could be achieved, but talking is great, and I thought today was very good.
The two sides might never achieve perfect harmony. But since the meeting, Brian is pushing for the issue to be debated in the House of Commons.